magnificent law firm. He was sent, not to prepare legal briefs, but to serve summons, like a cheap private detective. He had to go to dirty and shadowy corners of the city to seek out victims. He would sometimes be beaten. He hated this unpleasant work, and the sight of the city life. One day, they sent him to serve summons on a man called Oliver Lutkins. He was needed as a witness in a case, and he didn't answer their letters. I don't like. Do you need any help today? I want to find a man named Oliver Lutkins.
Lutkins? I saw him around here an hour ago. Hard fellow to catch through, always up to something or other. He is probably trying to start a poker game in the back of Fritz's shop. I will tell you, boy, is there any hurry about Lutkins?
Yes. I want to catch the afternoon train back to the city.
I will tell you what. I have got a hack. I will get it out, and we can drive around together and find Lutkins. I know most of the places he hangs out.
He was so friendly. The clerk knew that he wanted the business, but his kindness was real. He managed to bargain down to $2 an hour. He brought from his house a carriage.
I don't want to interfere, young fellow, but my guess is that you want to collect some money from Lutkins. He never pays anybody a cent. He still owes me 50 cents on a poker game. I was fool enough to play with him. He is not really bad, but it's hard to make him part with his money. If you try to collect in those fancy clothes, he will be suspicious and get away from you. If you want, I will go into Fritz's and ask for him, and you can keep out of sight behind me. Well, we will give a little surprise to Lutkins.
On the hack carriage.
Let's start, driver. Most folks around here call me Bill, or Magnuson. My business is called William Magnuson Fancy Carting and Hacking.
All right, Bill. Shall we proceed to Fritz's?
Yes. Lutkins is just likely to be there as anywhere. Plays a lot of poker. He is good at deceiving people. Be there. Have you seen Oliver Lutkins around today? Friend of him is looking for him.
Yes, he was in here a little while ago. Guess he has gone over to Gustav's to get a shave.
Well, if he comes in, tell him I am looking for him.
Then they drove to Gustav Barber's shop. At the shop, they missed Lutkins by only 5 minutes. He had just left, probably for the pool room. There, it appeared that he had just bought a pack of cigarettes and gone out. So both pursued him. How about something to eat? Let's go to a restaurant and I will buy you lunch.
Well, I ought to go home to the wife. I don't care much for these restaurants, only 4 of them and they're all bad. Tell you what we will do. We will get my wife to pack up a lunch food us. She won't charge you more than $1, and it would cost you more for a greasy meal in a restaurant. And we will go up to Wade's Hill and enjoy the view while we eat.
Till now, the lawyer had to pay him for 6 hours, including our HE lunch hour. That costs 12 cents. That's a big amount. But he gave the money from the firm.
Bill talked of New Mullion and described the things.
There's a minister's wife who sings the loudest in church when she is most in debt. There is a lawyer whose wife couldn't succeed in putting him both the collar and tie on the same day.
What?
Let's go now to search Lutkins. You are a friend of Lutkins. Let's guess us where's he.
Oliver has gone out to High Mother's farm, 3 miles away. They drove to her farm.
I know Oliver's mother. She is a terror. I took a trunk out there once, and she almost took my skin off. Because I didn't treat it like a box of eggs. She is about 9 feet tall and 4 feet thick and quick as a cat. She sure can talk. I'll bet Oliver heard that somebody's chasing him, and he's gone there to hide behind his mother's skirts. We will try. Let me do it. You may be great at literature and law, but you haven't had real training in swearing.
They entered a farmyard.
Remember me? I am Bill Magnuson. I want your son Oliver.
I don't know anything about Oliver, and I don't want to.
Look there. The man represents the court in the city. And we have a legal right to search all properties for this Oliver Lutkins.
Okay, follow me.
Let's follow her, boy.
He took an iron from the old-fashioned stove and shouted,
You search all you want to. If you don't mind getting burned first.
Let's run out, or she will murder us.
However, they searched the full house, as it was 1 story high. But they didn't find Lutkins. It's time for the train.
I will drive you for station.
He went on train. He was not much worried about failure in finding Lutkins, but he thought of Bill.
Why couldn't you find Oliver Lutkins? He is needed in the court. You are ordered to go to New Mullion again. And with you, he will go too. Now, I will not be able to roam with Bill Magnuson.
At New Mullion Station.
Oh. That is Bill Magnuson. He helped me a lot last time. He helped you? To find Lutkins? Yes. He should have helped you. He is Oliver himself. But he's Bill. He made you fool. Oliver himself helped you to find Oliver. Oliver and his mother fooled the lawyer, and he never thought Bill himself is really Oliver. But what about the people who had owed Oliver, and were angry from him? Why didn't they tell the lawyer that he is Lutkins? The mystery behind this is that everyone knew Lutkins. So Lutkins cleverly told the lawyer to wait for him outside. And inside, he did not ask anything about Oliver, and when he came, he confidently says that he had left just 5 minutes before. Very good story. Please like, share and subscribe to get more.